Today marks a transformative moment for the Pi community. The Pi Foundation is thrilled to announce the official launch of PiNetwork Ventures, a development initiative of $100 million held in Pi and USD, which will strategically invest in startups and businesses, including those that advance the utility, adoption, and real-world impact of Pi. PiNetwork Ventures is established through the Pi Foundation, an ownerless organization intended to steer the long-term development of the Pi ecosystem and help facilitate the sustainability and functionality of the network for the future. The PI earmarked for the initiative comes from the 10% of tokens that are specifically allocated for foundation reserves. This moment marks a pivotal step forward for Pi, especially now that Open Network has launched and external connectivity is enabled, opening the door to more impactful utility creation and real-world integration. PiNetwork Ventures represents a focused and strategic initiative to aid in the transformation of Pi from a widely held token into a widely used one. PiNetwork Ventures was created with three core objectives: boost Pi utility, support startups and businesses that integrate Pi into their products, services, and customer experiences, enable more of the world's production onto PiNetwork, get more real-world production processes, whether in the form of apps, transactions, or companies, onto Pi by investing early on in startups and companies that create such processes, bring Pi to the real world, empower real-life use cases and applications that demonstrate Pi's unique value as a widely distributed, accessible, and usable cryptocurrency. By aligning incentives and providing resources to high-potential founders, startups, and companies, this initiative aims to create a feedback loop of innovation and adoption, designed to benefit builders, businesses, and most importantly, the global community of pioneers. PiNetwork Ventures is part of Pi's diverse high-level strategies to boost utility and empower the Pi ecosystem high-signal investment and incubation, working in parallel with grassroots utility and ecosystem movements. While high-signal investment and incubation typically target and support a limited number of high-quality startups and businesses based on very selective criteria, grassroots movements can leverage the existing community of Pi and potentially generate a large quantity of attempts for utility at scale. Pi employs both strategies. PiNetwork Ventures belongs to the former strategy, while measures like hackathons and any other platform that scales utility building are under the latter strategy. PiNetwork Ventures intends to invest in companies ranging from early-stage startups to Series B ventures and beyond. This broad scope provides greater opportunity to access high-potential innovators, as well as scaling and proven businesses, each of which provides more opportunity to enhance Pi's utility. PiNetwork Ventures differs from most crypto ecosystem programs in at least two key aspects. First, while blockchain-native startups will certainly be part of the portfolio, PiNetwork Ventures investments will also focus heavily on general technology sectors, including generative AI and AI applications, fintech, embedded payments, e-commerce platforms, marketplaces, social networks, and real-world consumer and enterprise applications. This strategy resonates and derives from the second objective of PiNetwork Ventures mentioned above. Strategic benefits for pioneers. PiNetwork Ventures was created with the pioneer community at its heart. Here's how Pi Foundation believes it will benefit pioneers and the community. More utility for your Pi. The single most important benefit to pioneers is increased utility. As more businesses accept Pi and integrate it into real-world applications, products, services, transactions, and experiences, you'll be able to use Pi in more diverse ways. Stronger ecosystem. When businesses adopt Pi, they introduce it to new users and use cases. This creates natural growth while keeping usage aligned with real activity and utility, which creates a stronger ecosystem. A stronger ecosystem means more opportunities for pioneers to participate as users, builders, workers, and entrepreneurs. Incentivizing high-quality integrations. The Pi Foundation is focused on making investments in high-potential startups and top-tier businesses across sectors and geographies, including those that integrate Pi. This focus will in turn attract builders, increase scale, and expand the vision of the network, while accelerating adoption in a strategic and sustainable way. Network effects in action. Every business that joins the ecosystem has the potential to add value to every other participant. Pioneers gain access to new services. Developers get more tools and inspiration. Businesses tap into Pi's user base. This compounding growth effect helps Pi transition from newly open network into a widely accepted standard for decentralized utility. Access to one of the world's largest crypto user bases. Companies that PiNetwork Ventures may invest in could gain something incredibly rare in crypto and in traditional venture capital. The funds come with access to market, potentially addressing two of the essential components of building startups commonly referenced in startup literature. Portfolio companies will have a chance to access a sizable, active, and KYC-verified user base, with tens of millions of users of PiNetwork across more than 200 countries and regions, with over 19 million of them already having their identity verified through Pi KYC. This global audience is not just an asset to businesses, it can be a competitive advantage. It may enable network-driven growth, customer feedback loops, and unique tokenomic models that would not otherwise be possible. How investments will work. While the investments will generally be denominated in US dollar terms, PiNetwork Ventures will seek to make the majority of its investments directly in the form of Pi. This means that companies who join the ecosystem will be incentivized in the very currency they are helping to strengthen and grow. Note that PiNetwork Ventures investments are intended to provide both capital and strategic value over a broader time frame to those believed to be best positioned to create value in the world and help provide additional ways to use Pi worldwide. The Pi Foundation is not obligated to invest the entire $100 million based on the quality of applicants and number of startups accepted into the initiative. PiNetwork Ventures may make investments over time and from time to time and may discontinue investing at any point in time. A turning point for the open network. The launch of the open network brought Pi into a new era. Now, with PiNetwork Ventures in place, the Pi Foundation can further focus on its mission to support and grow Pi's global utility. By investing in startups and businesses, many of which build, integrate, and innovate with Pi and bring real-world utility to the network, PiNetwork Ventures is laying the groundwork for a decentralized ecosystem that is globally accessible, community-driven, and economically meaningful. Don't forget to click subscribe to Pi News World. Come in, comment, and write PiNetwork to the moon. And like this video.